Okay, thank you very much, stage band. Let's give them another round of applause. Well, again, welcome to this year's Fine Arts Festival. This is a very important year because we've outdone ourselves in numbers. We started off in 1995, and this is our 8th year. And in 1998, we had 133 entries just in art, and this year we've doubled that, and we have 268 art entries. So we've done, it's gotten bigger and bigger every year. So, and that thanks goes to all the students that are here, because without you, this festival wouldn't happen. And I want to thank a few people before we get on to the awards. First of all, I'd like to thank Laura Mitchell, who has been my co-coordinator this year. This is her first year, so it's been a real learning experience. Unfortunately, she couldn't be in this room at this time, but she's in the building. She's working with the MEEP, so I'd like to give her a round of applause. Well, without my students helping set up the show, we couldn't have done this. Again, on Monday night, we brought all the heavy things down, and I'd like the following people to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. Jamie Ayer, Nicholas Wick, Tim Post, Paul Hoskins, Jen Hartman. And then on Tuesday, we spent the entire day putting the show together. And we went from 8 in the morning until 8 at night or even later. And the following people stayed all day to work on that. And that was also, if you could stand up, Jen Hartman, Nicholas Wick, Adam Hoskins, Seth Gilbert, Christine Tremblay, Jenny Paulus, and Jamie Ayer. Thank you very much. I wanted to mention that we had several judges judging the art and the writing, and I want to give them credit. For the art, we had Mr. Fred Atterbury, a retired Wayne State professor. He was my art teacher and Mr. Wolleen's art teacher, and he was gracious enough to come and give us his expertise. We also have one judge with us, Jody Parman. Stand up, Jody. She was a 98 alumni at Port Huron High and a current student at SE4 in art. And also with us, we have one other judge with us, Mr. Ron Wolleen. Wave, Ron. And I also want to thank Mr. Wolleen for all that he does and thank him for the support of fine arts in this building. And I also would like to thank the judges, the following judges for the writing. We had Barb Wismer, Mary Lou Kramer, and Debbie Ladensack. Also, we had some financial contributors. We had the Band Boosters, the Honor Society, and Student Council. So if you give them a round of applause. Also, this year marks sort of a landmark also in the art department. We had several people. We had at least 6 of my past students graduate with honors at art colleges. And I was very proud of every one of them. And one of them was my oldest son from the Center of Creative Study. He graduates today. So it's a very special day and very special year to see these kids go on from high school and do so well at college. At this time, we are going to hand out the certificates. When your name is called, please come up and get your certificate. And everyone who's entered will get a certificate. We have 285 students that have entered in over 21 different categories. So it's very special that we have that many people. And we will have Renee Hinckley announce them, and we'll start passing them out.
I would just like to apologize in advance if I mispronounce anyone's name. Ferdinando Adami, you just come up and get your certificate. Okay. Jessica Albert, Nathan Aldrich, Tiffany Aldrich, Josh Alexander, Leslie Allen, Thomas Almendares, Sean Anderson, Cora Armstrong, Nathan Armstrong, Tim Arnold, Angel Assey, EJ Assey, Joe Atherton, Jennifer Bailey, Andrew Bate, Kanisa Sue, the foreign exchange student. Sorry. Sean Baker, Alicia Balaska, Andrew Beaucamp, David Bechtel, Mandy Bechtel, Jim Belcher, William Bernardo, Scott Bennett, Robert Bogle, Sarah Boots, Ben Bowers, Joe Briggins, Aaron Brown, Crystal Brown, Mercedes Brown, Sarah Brown, Courtney Buckles, Deljay Ballard, Marqueta Burgett, Jenny Byers, Alan Caldwell, Crystal Campbell, Lansing Carpenter, Kayla Carroll, Joshua Case, Victoria Castillo, Dan Caswell, Gregory Caswell, Alicia Chansey, Dennis Christie, TJ Klein, Trisha Collier, Jessica Colley, Jenny Collins, Kelly Collins, Jason Comstock, Marty Cook, Cassandra Korsich, Ashley Cortez, Haley Coltier, Trevor Cuba, Stacy Dagg, Mike Dandrin, Katie Daniels, Jacob DeBoer, Jessica DeBruin, Abby Dalglopper, Heather DeCole, Whitney DeMann, Paul Dion, Todd Demetrician, Tracy Dobbs, Sarah Dove, Mike Dubay, Michelle Durant, Allie Eddington, Kevin Edwards, Melody Alec, Jacob Ernst, Mark Ernst, Catherine Esch, Lindsay Eschker, Jody Evenson, Jamie Ayer, Michelle Ayer, John Falk, Sarah Fagan, Michael Federley, Andrew Fiedler, Megan Fiedler, Brandy Finch, Jason Finger, Nicole Fochman, Cassandra France, Melissa Frazier, Chelsea Friedland, Joshua Fay, Tara Gamble, Alfredo Garza, Jesse Gerspach, Seth Gilbert, Adrian Glenn, Andrea Glenecki, Coleon Goings, Angela Goodman, Becky Graham, Rachel Gratton, Jessica Green, Melissa Haddix, Tom Halliday, Brandon Harshman, Crystal Harshman, Amy Hart, Amy Jo Hart, Chastity Hartman, Greg Hartman, Jen Hartman, Ashley Hines, Nancy Helms, Amy Henderson, Heidi Hernandez, Rachel Hickox, Charlene Hillock, Ryan Hinojosa, Stephen Hoffman, Sarah Holmes, Monica Horton, Adam Hoskins, Paul Hoskins, Glenn Howard, Thomas Hall, Courtney Hyde, Derek Jackson, Eve Jackson, Chanel Jackson, Shannon Jackson, Timothy Jacobs, David Jawar, Tim J, Gary Jeffrey, Kim Johnson, Andrea July, Matt Cax, Alicia Kendrick, Joseph Kensner, Russ Knowles, Brandon Kovach, Benjamin Kraft, Megan Kraft, Jennifer Kologowski, Amanda LaGrange, Dominic LaPinta, Zach LaPinta, Nicole Ledsworth, Duncan Bausman, Eddie Lee, Erica Lemke, Michelle Laporce, Heather Leslie, Anu Lil, George Lixie, Mike Locke, Matt Loxton, Robert Loxton, Mary Lusk, Charles McCrae, Devon Maddox, Kelly Marson, April Matthews, Jess Mausen, Nolan Madewell, Justin McBurney, Chad McConnell, Pat McGreary, Charlie McGriff, Tiffany McManaman, sorry, Nicole Messenger, Winters Miles, sorry, Robert Miller, Ryan Millock, Genevieve Mescal, James Mitchell. Mindy Mitchell. Timothy Mitchell. Robert Manzo. Steve Manzo. Duran Moran. Amy Mosley. Jeff Mugridge. Jessica Monroe. Alex Naring. Kelly Neely. Brian Nelson. Trevor Newton. Neely, I'm sorry. Stand here. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed. Martin Nichols. Adam O'Donnell. Teresa Orr. Jenny Paulus. Elizabeth Peltier. Kevin Pelton. Lee Peltz. Aurelio Pena. Taisha Pennywell. Julia Pitlush. Lori Palatowitz. Tim Post. Jasmine Powell. Ben Provost. Roy Pung. Barry Putz. Jeff Raymond. Mike Rucker. Christine Reed. Aaron Reyna. Cassie Rich. Jason Rees. Sorry. Jennifer Ritchie. Daniel Roberts. Melissa Robinson. Brian Rock. Autumn Rollins. John Rush. Jennifer Russell. Bill Rutledge. Chris Sanderson. Val Saff. Aaron Shade. Louis Schmidt. Samantha Seeger. Cody Semro. Carl Schaefer. Jacob Shaffron. Casey Shagney. Angela Shannon. Darius Sharp. Jean Shepley. Brady Shimmer. Brian Shanka. Jason Short. Cheryl Simons. Catherine Simons. Travis Sippo. Bristol Smith. David Smith. Jessica Smith. Roger Smith. Tara Smith. Travis Spar. Courtney Spranger. Sarah St. Cour. Camille Stanley, Aaron Starcher, Dennis Stark, Sarah Steele, Catherine Stroud, Henry Sullivan, Felicia Stuckman, Renee Swinson, Tiffany Switzer, Amber Taylor, Lisa Taylor, David Tesnovich, Christy Thomas, Melissa Thomason, Patricia Torres, Christine Tremblay, Robert Vahovic, Kelly Vandervoort, Cody Vardy, Megan Wagner. Ashley Ward, Felicia Warner, William Warner, Brandy Warsella, Sean Wentz, Dennis Worthman, Milton Whitefield, David Witt, Nicholas Wick, Robin Wilson, Brandon Witherspoon, Lindsay Wood, James Zimmer, David Zarling, Eric Woods, Vaughn Joyner, Janae Shade. That's everybody. These were double.
I'll just say.
Did you want to do those or wait?
Okay. If by any reason your name was misspelled or it's printed on wrong, please give it to us after and we'll make sure you get one. At this time, we'll go on and we will start presenting the awards for the writing.
Okay, we're going to start with fiction, 9th and 10th grade. We'll start with the third place winner, and then second, and then first. Winners, when your name is called, please come up and get your prize. Fiction, 9th and 10th grade, third place, Fishka's Jealousy, Aaron Shade. Second place, The Hunt, Sarah Steele. First place, The Pointer, Camille Stanley. We'd like each of the first place winners to read a brief portion of their work, if they would.
All right. This is the second paragraph of The Pointer. Webster felt the sting of a perfect paper wad hit the side of his face. He turned in the direction that it had come from. A boy with dark hair so long it hung in his eyes, grinned cheekily and waved and winked at him. Rob Flynn. No doubt he was the manufacturer of the paper wad. Webster didn't mind. Rob was his best friend. They stuck together ever since Rob's family moved into town 3 years ago. They were an odd pair. Rob was known as the class clown, while Webb was just one of the crowd. Webb was blonde and short, while Rob was the tallest kid in the whole 6th grade, and as dark as they come, they complimented each other.
We'll now go to 11th and 12th grade fiction. Third place, Bunny Foo Foo, Catherine Simmons. Second place, Daenerys, Crystal Brown. First place, The Legend of the Magic Pearls, Haley Coulter. It's not here. It's not here. Okay. I'll just read the start of her story, The Legend of the Magic Pearls, Chapter 1, The Separation. Welcome, friends. It's not very often we get visitors from Earth. In fact, since the Great War, I don't think a human being has ever been here. The occasional traveler comes through, but none from Earth. Nope, it's been a very long time. Well now, I'm rambling, aren't I? Who, me? I'm no one. Just an innkeeper who's been here for years. I hear all the tales of Hoth and Earth. Well, when you own an inn at the gate between Earth and Hoth, you tend to get lots of travelers. And travelers love to tell tales. I can tell the ones who have actually had an adventure or are just blowing hot air all over the place. I'd like to move on to nonfiction, 9th and 10th grade. Third place, Super School, Jason Rees. Second place, Jerusalem, Glenn Howard. Congratulations. Thank you. First place, hockey, Detroit Red Wings, TJ Klein. I'll just read a brief portion of TJ's work. I have met Steve Eiserman, and he is a very nice person. When I was at the hockey arena for a benefit, he pushed me around on the ice. He signed a shirt for me, and I have it at home. I met him at Make-A-Wish benefit program, too. I have been inside the locker room for the Detroit Red Wings team. It was fun. Then I went and saw the hockey games with the other kids and my mom and dad. Nonfiction, 11th and 12th grade. Third place, Life with Him, Haley Coulter. Second place, Giorgio, Amy Hart. First place, Gertie, Megan Kraft. Our winners are here. Just read the first paragraph in her work. There's a certain smell off. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like to? I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
I'm Megan's dad, and I knew Gertie. There's a certain smell often associated with little old ladies, I've yet to determine exactly what it is, but I think it may be a combination of several things. I'm pretty sure I can detect fabric softener and the subtle sweetness of baking cookies. A special kind of old lady perfume is incorporated as well. Unfortunately, I don't know what it's called. The overall effect is a wholesome and soothing smell, an aroma as comforting as a homemade quilt. Sometimes when I'm swerving and squeezing around the slow shoppers at the mall, I catch a slight breath of the scent, and for a second everything stops and I am unable to exhale. Forgotten memories crawl from the corners of my mind and I'm transported back in time.
I'd like to move on to poetry, 9th and 10th grade. 3rd place, Unsilenced, Ben Bowers. Second place, Dawn's Triumph, Heather Leslie. First place, The Human, Rachel Gratton. Would you like to read a few lines?
The Human. They wear clothes, jeans, shirts, and socks with toes. They travel by day to places far away. They sleep at night, but what a fright. They have weird lengths of hair, and some of them, it goes everywhere. Well, what are these horrifying things? Why, they're just bats without wings.
'11th and 12th grade poetry. 3rd place, Drowning Ophelia, Alex Naring. Second place, Rhetoric, Amy Hart. In first place, The Falling Water, Cody Semro. Do you want to read it?
The falling water. The river calmly flows through the squawking jungle. It winds this way, then that way, then back again. The river slowly begins to gain speed, going faster, even faster. It is nearing the big jump. The jungle waits anxiously. A low rumble can be heard in the distance. The river pushes on. It can now see the edge. The rumble now becoming a loud roar. The river now nervously looking over the rocky ledge. There's no turning back. It jumps, soars, flows, almost flies. Then crashes into the water below. The river is a little shook up, but now back to its quiet, calm flow again.
Congratulations, every one of you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Debbie Ladensack. She's the principal at Harrison currently, and she is a former teacher and administrator at Port Huron High School, and is also pretty much the co-founder of this Fine Arts Festival, which we did together for the first 4 years. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Debbie, who will give the best of show for writing.
It's always a pleasure for me to come back here and view the Fine Arts Festival, see all the creative minds that are working here. You should be very proud of yourselves, too. Mr. Magnuson and I did pull it off for the first 4 years, but it's been 4 more years, 8 years. Wow, seems like such a long time. You need to all give yourselves a big pat on the back for your creative efforts. It is my pleasure this morning to present the Best of Show in Writing, and it's an annual thing. I think we've been doing that now for 3 or 4 years. I read all of the writing. I was a judge for all of the writing, and it was a very difficult decision to come up with the quote Best of Show, but I did. I narrowed it down towards the end between 2 pieces, and the one piece was one that was just read called Gertie. However, I did choose a different piece about a tribute to a grandmother, and it was entitled Giorgio. Giorgio is the Best of Show in the nonfiction category this year, and I would just like to read a little piece of it to you. It's about a beautiful woman, a grandmother, and it takes place on Christmas morning. Let's listen. After everything is set to rights in the kitchen and we've all cleared out of the bathroom, it's Grandma's turn to get around. She picks from her closet one of several Christmas sweaters, each of which is worn about once every 4 years because she will only wear her Christmas sweaters on Christmas Day. I look ridiculous wearing them if it's not Christmas, she says. Sweaters and slacks are her favorite clothes, and now that Grandpa is gone, she has 3 closets full of them in every color imaginable. Grandma looks great in whatever she wears. Down the hallway, even through her closed door, I know she is putting on Giorgio perfume. She buys it through Avon, which she sells to family and friends just so she can give us the discount. Giorgio is so much more than just a fragrance. It's Grandma's black Lincoln with the slippery leather seats. It's our daily expeditions to Great-Grandma Ruby's to take her to a cheeseburger to get a cheeseburger and a Frosty from Wendy's when she can't leave home. It's watching her put on her big clip earrings and spangly rings that would look overstated on anyone but her, and laughing when the clips won't stay on my ears. It's snuggling up in the car for a hug on the way to my favorite Chinese restaurant before we go shopping for the afternoon. Giorgio is Grandma Barb. I smile as the sweet scent tickles my nose, laughing as she hollers, "All clear," and makes a run for the bathroom. Good writing, everyone. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for coming forward. Amy Hart, congratulations.
Okay, on to the artwork. And we've had a very successful year in art this year, and our program is growing. Over 345 students have signed up for art next year. So we definitely need everyone's help in getting us a second art teacher. We have started a brand new program with our graphic design. We've gone into computer animation, and it is definitely developed. We've been able to work on Christmas cards, CD covers, Channel 6 logos, and posters for the Feast of St. Clair, and also the police capture poster. So we're pretty excited about this program developing. One of our very first things that we did this year was a Christmas card. And we had it framed, and the person that designed it was Seth Gilbert, so I'd like him to come up and get it. And we also had the choir CD cover made, and I'll have Nick stand up. We have a very large art competition at the beginning of the year, Scholastic Art Exhibit, that's held in Detroit, and it's for Macomb, Lapeer, and St. Clair counties. And we were blessed to have 5 winners. And when I call your name, I'd like you to come up and get your certificate. For watercolor painting, we had Amy Hart. For ceramics, we had Mike Recker. For graphic design, Cheryl Simmons. And I have 2 certificates for Crystal Brown, one in acrylic painting, and also Crystal was one out of 60 students from those 3 counties that her portfolio was selected to go to New York for scholarships, and she received a gold key in her senior portfolio. So Crystal Brown. Very difficult to get your portfolio selected, and while we're talking about portfolios, I'm hoping everyone got a chance to look at our section of senior portfolios. And most of these students have a great deal of artwork, and they're having a lot of fun exhibiting them. I'm encouraging underclassmen who have a lot of artwork to display their work next year. We had one special award for Scholastics. Not only did this person win a gold key in mixed media, but he won a special Greens Award that was the best piece of mixed media in the entire state of Michigan. And that person was Paul Hoskins for his paper play. We also had 42 students turn in work for the Beatrice Thornton Museum exhibition, and when I call your name, I'd like you to come up and get your certificate. Nicholas Wick, Robert Bogle, Jen Hartman, Casey Shagney, Cheryl Simons, Mike Recker, Adam Hoskins, Amy Hart, Nathaniel Armstrong, Paul Dion, Jessica Alberts, Tim J, Jane Zimmer, Jacob DeBauer, Seth Gilbert, Crystal Brown, Robert Loxton, Eve Jackson, Anu Lil, Jennifer Kulagowski, And Sue, the foreign exchange student, has she come in yet? No. Heather DeCole. Jenny Russell. Crystal Campbell. Sarah Dove. Stephen Holman. Jessica Coley. Tiffany Switzer. Robert Manzo. Autumn Rollins. Kevin Edwards. Alicia Baleska. Greg Caswell. Andrea Glenecki. George Lixie. Gina Zepkowski. John Delgado. Christine Tremblay. DJ Bullard. And April Matthews. Okay, now we're ready to do the Fine Arts Festival winners. And I'll be going by the category numbers. A in painting is 9th and 10th grade. The third place winner is George Lixie for his Untitled. Congratulations. I have two slides that really didn't turn out that well, and the next one is second place for painting, 9th and 10th, Benjamin Kraft, A View from Space. I think it truly is a view from space. And first place in 9th and 10th grade, Andrea Glenecki for her Still Life. Okay, on to painting for 11th and 12th grade. Third place for a painting, a watercolor called Bored, Casey Shagney. And another slide that really didn't turn out, but for second place, Jacob DeBauer for Mr. Anderson. And first place for 11th and 12th grade painting goes to Jen Hartman, called The Dragon Vase. Okay, we'll go on to category C, which is pencil and ink 9th and 10th grade. And for third place, for a stipple called Behold, Milton Whitfield. For second place, for pencil 9th and 10th, we have another stipple called Dot Dog by Andrea Glenicki. And first place, another stipple called Stipple Mermaids by Robert Bogle.
Thank you.
Okay, on to category D, pencil and ink for 11th and 12th grade. Third place for a beautiful pencil drawing called Outside Lights by Tim J. And second place for pencil and ink for 11th and 12th, a beautiful piece called Lake Boats by Crystal Brown. And first place goes for another beautiful pencil drawing called Withering Solitude by Jen Hartman. Every one of these pieces is very beautiful, and I want to say at this point that I know there's only so many that can win, and there's so many that have been entered. We had 57 different people entered different categories, so this is a very hard decision, and I was glad that I'm not the judge. We'll go on to photography, which is E and F for all the grades, and third place goes to an untitled photograph by Elizabeth Peltier. And second place goes to a photograph which title is A Flock of Pink by Benjamin Kraft. And again, I don't have a great slide of the winner, I apologize, but this is a very beautiful piece called Into the Woods of Magic by Christine Tremblay. First place for photography. Okay, category G, ceramic sculpture for 9th and 10th. Third place goes to an untitled piece by Daniel Roberts. Second place goes for a mask called The Green Man by Aaron Reyna. And first place for ceramics and sculpture for the 9th and 10th grade level is a piece called The Terminator by Robert Bogo. Okay, again, another very large category, H, ceramic sculpture for 11th and 12th grade. Over 50 entries were entered. And third place goes for a head called Sensei by Jenny Paulus. And second place goes for another head called Artisan Head by Alan Caldwell. I don't think Alan is here. We'll save this money for him. And first place goes for a piece called Woman Lying by Casey Shagney. Okay, on to other medias. This category consists of anything that we haven't covered so far. Anything from weaving to sculpture, printmaking. And other category for 9th and 10th grade, the third place goes for an assemblage called Fairy Tales by Melody Ellick. Second place for other medias goes for a interesting piece called Chainmail by Greg Caswell. And the winner for other medias is for a very small piece, but very beautiful piece called Christopher Ivory by Robert Bogo. J was the largest category. 61 items were turned in. For others, it scans almost the entire side of the gym. And for third place in 11th and 12th grade goes for a piece called Keeper of the Garden by Jen Hartman. Second place goes for a piece called Woman Creates Life by Casey Shagney. And one of the largest pieces wins first place, Bermuda Triangle by Nicholas Wick. And a new category this year is called graphic design. Anything from calendars to computer graphics are listed. And third place goes for a piece called Dance of the Fae by Trevor Kuba. Good job. And second place goes for sort of a combination piece called The Couple by Amy Hart. In first place, very, very beautiful piece of computer animation, Evolution of a Firebird by Nathaniel Armstrong. And now we go into video and audio. And we didn't have many turnouts last year, and I'm very happy that we had quite a few this year. And it was a very hard decision between all the entries. From what the judges said, that third place goes to a video called Scenes from Julius Caesar Modernized by Benjamin Kraft. And second place goes for an audio tape by 3 individuals, Mike Recker, Dan Caswell, Travis Spar for Honor Roll Girlfriend. And the first place goes for another video, very wonderful video from what I've seen, Turf Wars by Stephen Holman. Okay, before I do the last couple of awards, I want Nicholas Wick to come up to get his poster design. This was the winning design for our logo for our Fine Arts Festival, and we had it framed, and it's a very beautiful design. Before I give my best of show for art, I've created a new award this year for the best displayed portfolio, Jen Hartman. And the art department got her portfolio. Very difficult to come up with one best of shows since there were very talented pieces out there. But my best of show goes to a young man who spent many hours on this piece, and I watched him meticulously get everything perfect, and it was Christopher Ivory by Robert Bogle. Well, this is the end of the Fine Arts Festival, and I also, before I dismiss everyone and have everyone clean up, I want to encourage you all to continue to produce different artwork and prepare for next year. At this time, I need every one of you to take down the displays and help bring them to the art room. The chairs have to be folded up and put on the stacks in the back, and all the T-pins need to be saved. So if I can have everyone help, it'll be an easy job. And thank you again. Congratulations.